It's now the 16th and 17th of November, day 3 and 4 in the tiny life of a little Dappledot. And yes, Dappledot is still here. I've just been so busy with all the fluffies that his story had to wait a moment, but every bit of it is still documented just as it happened. At this stage, Dappledot is still unbelievably small. I truly don't know if it's a he or a she yet, but what I do know is that these early days are such a vulnerable time. He moves around on those tiny feet with such determination, and yet every step is a wobble. Every turn is a little tumble. It's amazing to watch how a creature so delicate must learn to navigate a world so big. Sometimes he'll take on a little grass twig as if it's a great opponent, pecking and battling at it, only to fall sideways because of the fierce effort. There's definitely still a balance problem at this stage, whether he hatched a bit late or was simply weaker than the rest of the brood. I can absolutely imagine how he might have been left behind when the family moved on. A tiny body like that, slower than the others, it doesn't take much for a baby guinea fowl to find itself alone. But that's where this story changes, because he was seen, noticed, picked up by a youngster at a bush camp who cared enough to call his father, and then eventually Dappledot made his way to me. That small chain of kindness is the reason this fragile little soul is still here today. Every time I look at him, I can't help but think how lucky he actually was. And then, at the end of today's clip, you'll see something that happened completely by accident. A moment that truly shows his size. Dappledot settled himself right next to a dried out custard apple leaf. The tree itself looks so much like a guava tree, and the leaf is broad, firm, and unmistakable. Yet there he was, smaller than the leaf beside him, smaller than what you'd expect even from a one-day-old chick fresh out of the egg. That comparison really captures the truth. He was extremely tiny. Maybe his egg hatched late, maybe he simply couldn't keep up, but somehow, in all that uncertainty, this tiny speck of life found his way here, and that is where his story continues.